As the Great War raged on, soldiers on both sides of the conflict faced unimaginable horrors every day. But there was one battalion that faced a terror beyond anything the world had seen before. They were a small group of soldiers from various countries, thrown together by the curse of war. They were sent to the front lines to hold a critical position deep in enemy territory. They knew they were outnumbered and outgunned, but they had no choice but to hold their ground. The first night was uneventful, but on the second night things started to get strange. One soldier reported hearing strange whispers in the darkness, but when he turned his flashlight on, there was no one there. Another soldier reported seeing shadows moving in the trees, but when he aimed his rifle, there was nothing there. As the night wore on, the soldiers became increasingly paranoid. They huddled together, trying to stay awake and alert, but the exhaustion of days of fighting was catching up with them. Suddenly, one of the soldiers screamed. He had seen something moving in the shadows, something that wasn't human. The other soldiers aimed their weapons in the direction of the movement, but they couldn't see anything. Then, the ground began to shake. The soldiers felt the vibrations beneath their feet, and they heard a sound like thunder in the distance. And then, they saw it. A massive creature emerged from the darkness, towering over the soldiers. It had the body of a man, but its skin was black as coal, and its eyes glowed red like embers. It had long, razor-sharp claws and teeth that glinted in the moonlight. The soldiers opened fire, but their bullets bounced harmlessly off the creature's skin. It advanced on them, swatting them aside like flies. Some of the soldiers ran, screaming into the darkness, but others stayed and fought. But it was no use. The creature was too powerful. One by one, the soldiers fell, their screams echoing through the night. And then, there was silence. The next morning, a group of reinforcements arrived at the position, only to find it abandoned. There was no sign of the soldiers who had been there, no trace of their bodies. The only thing left behind was a sense of overwhelming dread, a feeling that something terrible had happened there. To this day, no one knows what happened to the soldiers of that ill-fated battalion. Some say they were killed by enemy fire, others say they were lost in the chaos of battle. But there are those who whisper of a different fate, a fate that is too terrible to speak of aloud. They say that the soldiers were taken by the creature, dragged down into the depths of the earth, where they were devoured by the monster's ravenous hunger. And they say that on certain nights, when the moon is full and the wind is still, you can still hear their screams echoing through the darkness.